Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Just before I start this video, just want to let you know that this video was recorded with my computer's stock microphone, not my recording microphone. And unfortunately, by the time I realized that, the video file or the recording file was corrupted, so I'm going to push it out with the scratchy microphone. Shouldn't be too bad, but just want to let you know that I am aware of the issue, and unfortunately I couldn't record it again. So thank you very much, and happy to be back on YouTube. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. As you can hear, and it has been a moment, but I decided I got some free time, so let's record this ELC Even 90 game. So I guess it's been about 6 months since I've posted, maybe even more, but we had a great game here back in World of Tanks a little bit. I'm platooning with Bottle, on his other account, Westrion, and we're going to go do some scouting here on Pilsen. You have to apologize if my voice is a little chopped. Not really in the recording mindset, but before the game has a micro patch, this doesn't work. Figured I probably won't be returning to a normal replay schedule. Unfortunately, just with school and work and everything, and also just the desire to make good videos. So I'd rather not push out things that videos that suck. But I assure you that this one doesn't. If you've seen some of my other better ones. So immediately we're going to dodge this Lorraine. Looking to spot down the zero line. I'm slightly concerned because all we have supporting is a Lorraine 40T and an ISU 152. I'm going to take my time here. One, because there are two ELC Even 90s on the enemy team, one of which has a lot of experience there, Little Bo Peep. And also because we have a Lorraine and an ISU. So, and that's it. And the Canonian Jagdpanzer may be able to get some support, but we can't really rely on just 3 vehicles here. And if we die, our other ELC's in the middle, so they'll just run right up this line and kill the zero. So, spotting Little Bo Peep there, no idea how to get lit. I'm just going to start reversing. I'm hoping that our team's going to be able to get anything, but the AMX, or the Lorraine, misses 3 shots and the ISU misses, so good thing I didn't get lit there, otherwise I would be toast. Not too many TDs on the enemy team, just a J-Panther TVP, that Sturv, and the Vipera, but I have to assume that at least something's going to be down here. Most everything on the enemy team has been lit, but one in the form of that Shtick TVP, there's the J-Panther. I think the ELC lights that, so we're going to hope that our team can get some support on it. Again, our EDs in the back and our Lorraine just are not connecting with any of this stuff, so I have to be really careful. While both ELCs are accounted for, one ELC, I'm not quite sure where he is, but we do know that the experienced ELC player is over here. So there's the ELC. I'm probably going to get lit here. I do get lit. I'm going to run backwards. I'm going to get lit, so now I'm going to push forward, try and use this ELC for cover. There's the second ELC. I'm going to have to auto aim here. I don't really know why I'm doing this. I should just aim. And unfortunately, it's going to cost me that first shot. That does mean I'm going to kill him. I do leave my cover. I'm kind of a little bit excited here. The ELC Even 90 is not what you want to be hiding behind. But I'm hoping I can just make it difficult for the enemy team. And I take a shot from the TS-54. That puts us down to a 1-hit. Not a great result to start. And now what I'm going to do is get away from that carcass now that I'm unlit, because I know the enemy team may try and blind fire it. So you can see the Panther 2 there just blind fired it. I'm going to push forward just a little bit. Both ELC Even 90s are gone, so I should be able to spot this lane uncontested. Unfortunately, the 1-2 line is in a really bad predicament, and what I need is for this one line to push, because we need to clear out one side or the other. If we don't clear out anything, we're going to just get encased here. Luckily, the Lorraine does push up, and he's going to go for this J-Panther 2. With 4 rounds of, I think, 320 and a little bit of help from myself and possibly the ELC, should be able to finish off this J-Panther 2. J-Panther's looking for me. I'm staying double bushed in case I do have to shoot. And I'm looking to fire one here just to get that kill. Unfortunately, I don't fire. That's going to come back to bite me in the ass later in this game as ELC. My gun is broken. Decide to fix that. I'm going to blind fire one with that TS-54. Not quite sure if that hits, and I'm going to assist this Lorraine in spotting that TS-54 again. Your teammate there in the TS-54 is doing the best he can to hold off that onslaught, but it is not looking good. It is only 5 to 7, so we do have a little bit there. I'm going to creep through these bushes. I have to be careful because the enemy team likes to sit on this side of the map in this little low part here, so he can pop up and then spot me. So there's the TS-54. Look for shots. I have a little bit but not much. The Lorraine wants us to come back. It's now 5-9. We're down 9,000 HP as far as I can see it on my screen. That may be a little bit. I'm going to bail out because I decide that I need to just go start killing something. I don't have a whole lot this game. I got 2,000 combined. And if this is going to be a loss, then I just have to push through and get some damage. Hope that Lorraine and the ISU get finished off. I do see a Sturf here, but what I want is that kill. We can get a second one. There's one on the M40, and we're going to look underneath. Luckily, that shell flies through. It's sort of a bit of a risk. And now I'm going to bail out of here. It's now 6-10. They did not kill that TS-54, and I decided that I need to make sure that this tank dies. I do not have 2 tanks hung up on this. There's only 4 of us left. I'm going to rotate out. I decided to get the AP-30, and then I decided to go around because that AP-30 will spot me. If I die to the TS-54, so be it. We are down by 5 vehicles here. So I know I'm going to get lit. The enemy team is going to know I'm here, but I need to just make sure to keep as much HP as possible. And there's the TS-54 going to press that reload key. Third kill. It's now looking a little bit better with the Vipera down. Fortunately, I run at the Lorraine. And now what I need to do is make sure that we don't get trapped in this corner. So I'm going to look to stretch the field with AMX. I'm going to run as far south away from him as I can. Or I should say towards the red line and get unlit. And then see if I can make it past without getting lit in the 50-meter proxy circle. Can I do it? No, I can't. There's something lit me there. I'm going to have to hope that this AMX doesn't poke over. It looks like he's quite focused on our teammates behind him. But if I can stretch the field this way, the Cannonen, I should be able to help take out this AMX. The ISU gets a great shot at the AMX Proto. Looking for the AMX. Where is he looking? Not at me. There's still number 4. I'm going to look for this Cal. There's 1. We move up a little bit. And there's 2. Lorraine should die here. We got a second kill. It is now myself and the Cannonen Jagdpanzer against 5 enemy vehicles, down 4,000 HP. Lucky for us, the enemy team is spread out a little bit, so we do have an opportunity, but I cannot take a single hit point of damage for the remainder of this game. So I'm going to look to work with this Cannonen Jagdpanzer and see if we can't clear out this last 2 tanks. Decide I'm going to play the high side, a little bit of a dicey play there last turn at the last second. As Norman was last spotted low, and the 53 TP supposedly is low HP as well. There's the 53 TP, there's the Carmen. So we have to act quickly, because if we let these tanks stay alive, we're going to be in a bit of trouble. Now, I know I can get safe here. I'm looking for the Carmen, but I really want to take out that one shot. We're going to stay double bush. The Cannonen has him lit. All I have is yellow here. Am I going to shoot it? Not sure. Looking. And we got the blind shot as he was turning. Now, all we need is 2 decent rolls on this Carmen, and we'll have to finish off. There's 1. We're 232, slightly high roll. We're going to need 1 mega high roll here. Finish him off, make sure we're double. Here comes the Sturv S1. We need this stuff to turn more, and there we go, 218, slight low roll. And I get lit. Caernarvon misses. And now I just have to break contact here and get out of this. So hopefully this Caernarvon won't light me. Cannonen Jagdpanzer is coming around the corner. I'm going to pause for a second, make sure that he dies. And now I'm going to bail out. It is now myself and the Cannonen against 3 enemy vehicles, down 1,700 HP. There's the Schmidt-Took TVP. I am running Bond low noise here, so that's going to help me get away from this TVP. The Cannonen is making a run for it, and we're going to defend back in the hills over here. Pausing to look for a shot, but we're not going to get any, and instead I'm going to focus on just spotting for this Cannonen. We're going to initially start in this bush right here, which Model is going to help me find because I don't know the bushes all that well. Fortunately, the terrible aiming speed of this. I'm trying to stay double bushed and also get a shot on this TVP because that thing does have pretty good view range, and I'd rather not get really by it because that would be my certain death. So what I want to do is make sure that I can use this canal to move around, but I'm not sure that I like this bush at the moment because where that TVP is, the chunks of Hetzer are kind of blocking my view, and I can't spot around it without looking at the bushes. So instead, we're going to try that other bush there that was just pointed out. Rotate up to that, and that should give us a little bit more view on this. If that TVP tries to come around either corner, we should have shot. But I also need to be in a place where I can deal damage because Cannonen, if attacked by multiple tanks, may not be able to defend himself again, especially if he gets lit. Up in A1, you can back up and potentially stay safe,
but you also take quite a few shots if you're not careful. There is really no hard cover. So I see the T-2065, so I have to get out of here. Now the tricky part is that I want to stay high up enough that I'm not getting the full effect of the water, but I also need to stay low enough that I don't get lit by him. There's the TVP. And I'm going to pop into this bush here. It's a little bit risky because the TVP potentially shoot me in the side. Instead, I'm going to look backward for this TVP. I can see him through the buildings. I'm just going to let it fly. Luckily, the TVP gets finished off straight through the building there. Don't get lit. Let's see where this T-25 is. He's still behind the building there. He wedged himself in. There's the Sturv S1, who may start the cap circle. There is cover on cap for him, but we are now only down 800. Here comes the T-2065. Gets hit once. Again, we want to provide this Jagdpanzer with support, so I probably will shoot at the T-2065. I did reload a full mag, probably not the best decision. We have a little bit of time left on. Closing in. The T-2065 will not be able to spot us through here. One shot, he's probably going to look for me. He's coming around. We're not going to wait for that third shot. We're going to just let the Cannon probably finish him off. Cannon's going to put... And the bottle's going to correct me as I do something, about to do something kind of stupid. So I do not need to, and then we'll proceed to do it anyway. Which is now that there's only one tank on cap, I do not need to go straight for him. So my initial thought was to try and use the bush there to spot him. But really, with 48 seconds, I can just go all the way around, and I believe Bottle's going to point that out to me about now. Instead, I'm going to go all the way around. I'm going to make a massive misplay here in a moment, which will point out what I'm trying to do is let the Cannon take the first hit. I don't want him to get in a 1v1 against the Sturv. And there's the Sturv. The Sturv misses, and the Cannon's going to come in. Now I'm going to move to the left. I got my Top Gun, by the way. Now looking for one shot, and before the Cannon reloads, we are going to finish off the Sturv S1 for kill number 7. Remember what I said about not shooting that J Panther 2? I had an opportunity to kill him, didn't take it, mostly to just stay unspotted, potentially. And instead I'm going to finish with 7 kills and about 6,000 combined. Let's take a look at the post game. Alright, so we finished this game at the top of our team on damage with 3,134 damage done. Some of that was from the blind shot on the 53 TP. We finished top on XP as well with 1,604 XP, which is quite nice. 19 shots fired, 16 hits, 16 pens. Quite nice when I think you have, I don't know what I have, maybe 0.37 accuracy, something like that in a horrendous aim time. Little bit of sniping done, 1,000 damage or so, done at 300 meters. Nothing too crazy there. We did travel 4.8 kilometers. Fun stat I always like to look at. We moved quite a bit down the left side. And 3,567 XP. In total, we netted 185,000 credits that battle. If you include all of the personal reserves and everything, that was 250,000 games. That was a ace tanker. We also got spotter for our 1,000 assist minimum. Fire for effect, quite nice, 900 or 1,100 HP. Actually, 900 HP in the ELC of 90. And we got Bruiser for some module damage, which we actually got quite a bit. And a Top Gun for our 7 kills. Almost had a Radley Walters. I think this is 3 games with 7 kills now I've posted with the ELC of 90. I'm sure we will get a Radley Walters at some point. Finished off that artillery early on, as well as the ELC of 90 that we unfortunately auto-logged on. AP-30 with that nice side shot. The Spituk TVP got the shot through the building there, 53 TP blind, and that TS-54 as well when the game looked hopeless. So I hope you enjoyed this game, and also 21,000 XP, so that'll keep working towards Groupos. Again, thank you so much for watching. I hope to be able to post quickly and soon in the near future, and I'll catch you next time. See ya.